I want to show you I actually managed to make over 1 million Kenya shillings in just 2 months with this simple strategy. Now, it does not matter whether you've been trading the forex market and you've been losing all the time, you have just a beginner, you are just starting, or you are just been trying in the forex market and just failing. This strategy is actually very simple and anyone can just use it to make money in the forex market. To understand more of this, make sure that first of all you watch this video until the end, because if you misuse this strategy, then there are some drawbacks that are actually going to impact you negatively. So let's just start right here. So if you can see right on my screen here, you can see there's a chart. This is a Euro USD. I'm on 1 day time frame. On this, I just want to demonstrate on 1 day time frame, but remember you can just do what we top-down analysis, that is using from the highest time frame going to the lowest time frame. I just want to demonstrate on that. If you don't know how to do top-down analysis, you can still check my videos in the description, or you can just look at my videos I've made that top-down analysis. Now, if you look at this is a market that has actually been on the downtrend. This is a market that is on the downtrend, and when you mean about the downtrend, is the market that has been forming lows and lower highs. So for example, you can look on this direction like this. You can see this movement that has been happening to the market, and this market has been moving just like that. Now, there are two things that can happen to this market, and that's one you just want to be looking at. Now, this market can either continue moving all the way down, or this market is going to change the direction. For those who train something like SMC strategies, smart concept, in the other strategies, there are so many ones that are used there. Some say that is change of character, and when you talk about the change of character here, we mean that the market can change the direction and is going to move from the downtrend and now start moving all the way up. Let's just look at something right here on what you actually have to be happening. Now, there's something else that you will be combining here, and what you just look at is this market is moving just like that. So in this video on the strategy that we are just looking here, I want us to focus on the trend and the breakout on the trend, how the market changes the directions and now we get the breakout. That is one of the things that is actually amazing that can just help you very much. I want to draw a very simple trend line that actually touches 3 points, and that is why I said if you don't know how to do about the trend lines, make sure that you watch my videos. I've taught about that. Very simple. For example, on this, I've drawn a trend line that is actually moving like this, and that means that this is how this market has just been moving, and you can see we have a very strong resistance zone that we have here on the Euro USD. So this is how this market has been moving. And now you actually notice one thing, that there are so many people will be waiting for this market to come at this position, at least this area here, and then they decide, because this has been a resistance zone, I'm going to be selling from that area. But that is not what is going to happen, because you can notice this from afar. Is one thing that you notice from this is that the volume. So though you don't know how to use the volume is an indicator that just shows you how how much amount of money has just been put to buy, how many traders have entered into that position. For example, if you see this green candle that is actually here, this bar, let's just call it a bar that is very green here, that means there are so many people who have actually come to buy from this position in a positive way. And you see this right ones here, this means that there is a high volume. People have come all the way now to sell from that. Now, if you see these candles that you can see here, that this volume is increasing, and now people are coming now to buy the Euro USD, and this market is just moving up. Let's just see what happens when this market moves all the way just like that. What do we notice is that we notice one thing that actually happens to this area is what we call the breakout. A breakout that actually happens on this region is not only just any breakout, because you can see we have this downtrend trend line that was moving like this, a trend that was moving on the downtrend, forming support resistance zone, and that was broken around this area here. And another one that was actually formed here is very simple. It's the one that is across this area here. Let me draw a triangle so that you can see that we got around that area. Now, the moment you just get those two breakout, then there's the time now you know that this market is going to shift the directions, and you don't actually, there's some people can buy from this zone after witnessing this breakout breakout, but that is not what you do, because what you see here is this: the volume actually increased from this, but the volume kept and increasing by that. But what you know is already the breakout has happened. So the trend lines, how the market was moving on this direction, moving all the way down. Now that direction is now going to change, and even though the market is now going to change the direction from that, it's very simple. Now you are going now to be looking for the buy, because now the market is now changing the direction. Remember, this is the market that is down, moving on the downtrend. You can still get the market that is moving on the uptrend, and you're going to apply the same principle. Now look at this. One thing that you notice is that we got a breakout from the resistance zone that we're expecting at least this market not to move above this, because if it moves above this, then there's a change of character, and there's a breakout below our resistance level for the downtrend line, the downtrend nice line here, which is the trend. And you can see this breakout now is valid. And now if you have been trending across this trend line, now is the time to know that this market is now moving up. Assume this market was across this area. What I can actually do is, because now the volume has been increasing across this, if you look so well, you'll notice that the volume is now decreasing. So I can just wait it to mean that this market is not going to continue moving so fast. So there's possibility it can go all the way back. So sometimes you can get the volume that is increasing so very much, and you can get, sometimes you can get even the gap that can happen across this area, and then you maybe it can happen from the weekend, and you wake up in the Monday morning and you realize the market opens across this area, forming a very big gap. This means people put a lot of volume actually enter into the market, and that is what we just see. The volume is not that big, so this is just a trick that you actually have to know. But already we know that this market is actually done and breakout, and then now possibility that this market is actually going to move all the way. So you can actually time between around this area. You can do what we call now scaling in. You can do something like scaling in, which means that you can start entering bit by bit across this area here, and your focus now won't be below this, or you can just put across the then the next resistance zone, which is across this area here, and looking for this market. Now you have seen that this market can do actually what we call the force breakout, because this breakout, some people expect that to buy when the breakout happen, and then buy the market is moving up. But we said you can just avoid that when the volume is actually increasing. Now assume now we just buy from this position. Let's see what this market does from this area here. The market now keeps moving up, and now you can see how this market has now shifted the direction. But the first sign for this market to change the direction was actually across this area, where we got two breakout points that actually happens to this market, and these kept moving on and on. You can see the next that we got is a resistance zone, where the market trying to test this zone, and the market moved from all the way from 1.03 up to 1.02, again almost 1,000 points to this region across that area. Now that is the kind of the breakout that we can just get on the market that is on the trend. Now there's some resistance that can happen when the market is touching on the resistance on the horizontal side. Let's just look at that. Now this is gone, and you can see this we in the 1 day time frame. And one thing that you actually notice that have been happening for the longest time is the resistance that was actually happening across this area here, and it is very interesting. You can see that one. So when the market was actually coming to this position, you can see how the gold was actually reversing from this area. Now some of people will actually be waiting for the gold to come to this area and now come back like this. All the expectations were to this region, and then the market just reverses back all of that. But remember, there's factors that we saying that can influence the breakout to happen. Is number one is when the region is actually tested so many times. So if you see the market testing like the way you just saw on the Euro USD, a region be tested so many times, then you actually wait for the breakout to happen. Whether the market is on the is ranging, whether the market is on downtrend or uptrend, or maybe the market is having a resistance or support areas on the horizontal zone, you can just wait that to be broken out. Now that is the expectations, but let's see what actually came to happen here, because when the market come to this area now, you actually have to be very careful when you actually see something just like that. And what do you see? You see the market that's actually broke out this resistance level, and this market now, oh, remember what we actually seen earlier on the volume increased here and the market just came a little bit down. So what you can just do is to just wait for this market at least to come and test another region here, which is across this area here or downside here, and then you can just be waiting to either buy from this area, and that will be so interesting. And you can see now it is testing again. That is number 2. Another one that is actually here, so that means now that region actually been tested now so many times, and now anytime there's going to be a breakout like this and the market does that, then you know now it has shifted all the way direction. So before the market shift the direction completely, there must be a breakout. It can just do a breakout to show you now we are now completely going to change the directions. And there are some breakout that can happen and is not going to come back again, is when the volume keep increasing and increasing over the sudden, and they will just know that so many people have noticed this area that there's some breakout somewhere, and we're going to put big farms like hedge funds, like, can just put a lot of money and a lot of people there, and then we're just going to be seeing the market that is moving up. But remember, there are also factors. It's not this one. If you see something happening like this, you actually have to be following. For instance, you can just be following on the news what is happening, because there are so many factors that have been affecting the gold as the safe haven to move exactly like that. If you love this video, make sure that you follow me on YouTube at Dantech, on Instagram, TikTok. Bye bye. Adios.